Are you guys were you guys ever Seinfeld fans?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a
Okay,
Kramer
well,
driver? Oh,
this is Larry David's wedge right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast. Jonathan, happy Monday
it
for
is.
for us as we record this.
It's cold today. I'll be honest. Like it was 80
it's cooler,
degrees.
yeah.
We forgot to turn our heat on in our house because of how warm it had been for the last 3 or 4 days. So I woke up to not a warm house.
Not a warm house.
No,
And then
but
you
that's
came
okay.
out to not a warm garage to
I've-
film this.
I've got my oil heater sitting right here underneath the desk. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Heating everything up.
Well, hopefully our guest today and the interview we just had kind of got the blood flowing a little bit more.
Oh,
It was
yeah, I'm
a
excited.
great chat with a new friend, Benjamin Stromberg, who kept calling us old by saying sir a lot. But granted, he is almost 20 years younger than us and just crushing it in the golf space. Benjamin is the co-founder of GolfRoots. Jonathan, why don't you tell everybody a little bit before we won't tease it out too much, but tell everybody a little bit about GolfRoots and why you were so excited about this episode.
I was just fascinated by the idea of a company taking a piece of the industry that everyone looks for, right? Everyone's looking for new clubs, but not everybody's looking for a brand new set of clubs. So I mean, listen, I had the Dick's Sporting Good $100 club set, including the bag. Went to a golf course in Missouri, used the rental clubs, which was part of the story we mentioned here, and immediately went, I've got to have another set. I've got to have a brand new set. So couldn't afford the $1,500 set of clubs or whatever it was, but I went to the local used place. I'm left-handed, so there was one barrel in the back that I could go back and take a look at, and just happened to have a brand new, almost brand new set, like a 2-year-old set of Callaways. But these guys have taken that idea of used clubs and have turned it into an incredible opportunity for people who are looking for an affordable way, maybe to get your kids involved or to get a little bit better set than what you're using right now for your Saturday rounds. And so, like, if you're not ready to make that leap into what we would probably recommend for most, like a custom set, brand new, that sort of thing, it doesn't change the fact that there are alternatives out there. And the reality is getting more people into the game of golf in the most accessible way possible helps everyone, right? It helps us create more stories. We're going to find more people to talk to, more people for you to listen to.
More people to go play with.
More people to go play with. Yeah, it's just, it's a good group all around. And after chatting with them online and offline, I'm even more excited about what they're doing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not only sets of clubs, but when you get frustrated and snap your 7-iron, there's a good chance they might have a replacement 7-iron, so you don't have to go out and buy a brand new one of those.
Whenever you have your favorite wedge that's like 25 years old and you're like, man, I wish I could get another one of these that's better. They probably have it. You should check them out.
They might have it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, great episode. You guys are going to like it. Many thanks to our friends at Summit Golf Brands. Before we actually jump into it, the folks at Beach Ratty, Zero Restriction, Fairway and Green, they are great to us. They've provided us with incredible clothes, things to wear while we do the podcast, even though Jonathan's rocking just our
The
old
old
generic.
school.
He's going old school, print on demand, best ball hoodie. I love it. I love it. Cold. I got you. Well, they have made things for us to wear to stay a little warmer.
No, I understand. I literally rolled out of bed and threw this on. I'm like, I'm just going to go out to the garage like this.
Yeah, our recording time was 11 a.m. Eastern time. So when you hear roll out of bed, just know how Jonathan's day is going. But yeah, many thanks to them. If you didn't listen to the first episode of this season, we interviewed Billy Dratty, kind of the one of the men behind this great company. Go check that one out. But thanks to them, and thanks to them for offering you, our listeners, 20% off if you go to any of their websites and use BestBall20. That'll work there. So before we jump into this episode, I will highlight, Jonathan, we asked the question at the end of every episode, the best part about golf is, and
Sure.
Benjamin's answer was community.
Yeah.
And I can't go on without saying, one, we completely agree with that. And two, that's why we started the Best Ball Golf Club. What that is, it's a $5 a month virtual golf club. So you're not going to a brick and mortar place. This is a place to gather people. We have an online chat room. We do some exclusive posts, some behind the scenes kind of things. from different stories that we get from the different podcasts that we host or produce. And it's a place to hang out and to grow and connect with people that love the game of golf for people, right? We're building a community. We've had a couple times now where a few groups have gotten together and played. We've got more coming. We've got opportunities coming up for kind of some bigger trips, but we're building a community of people that like golf for people, right?
That's right. I mean, and again, Ben mentioned it. It's the only sport really where you can go out and in a 4-hour window hang out with a doctor, a lawyer, a student, someone that agrees with you politically, doesn't agree with you politically, religious. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you had a good round with a new friend. And so golf is 100% people. It is by far the one thing I think that changes. It can literally change your life by just a round of golf that you never even knew was going to happen.
Yeah, it's great. Well, check out more info on that at bestball.com. You can look at any of our social media stuff. We have links to how you can get involved. We'd love to have you be a part of it. So check it out. If you got any questions about it, obviously let us know. But yeah, let's jump into this episode with Benjamin and GolfRoots. Y'all enjoy. All right, our guest today on the Whole Story podcast, Ben Stromberg with GolfRoots. Ben, how are we doing today?
Doing great. It's a sunny day here in Dallas. It's finally gotten cold somehow, so it's nice to be inside.
Yeah, I bet. Well, I'm in South Carolina, Jonathan's in Georgia, and yes, today is a cooler day, but yeah, we're still going to try to find some time to get out and play some golf this week. So
Yeah, I
anyway,
played on Saturday, and I couldn't believe how warm it was for January. It's astonishing.
yeah. Well, I mean, we're the southern half of the U.S. We get these nice days every now and then, which is fun.
That's
So
right.
yeah.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
before we stop saying "sir," man, Benjamin, how old are
Come
you?
on, I'm 26.
Okay. All right. Well,
No,
But
we
you
are a
guys
call
are,
couple.
call us
We're a
sir.
yeah.
couple years older, and I know we're in the South, and
You
so
guys are in the
like,
South. Yeah, you should know. You
yeah,
should be used to it
manners,
by
things
now.
like that. But yes, Robbie, Jonathan, sir was referred to our parents. But anyway, man, we appreciate you being here, and we want to talk about GolfRoots for sure. But we want to talk about your journey into golf. Like, did you grow up playing? Tell us how you started with the game.
Yeah, so I started playing right when I was around 4 years old. My grandpa, would take me out to the driving range in the summers. My dad as well, and I really enjoyed spending time with them both. That was a fantastic experience for me. I played in just pretty much in the summers until I was about 6 years old, and then I kind of stopped cold turkey. All I did all the time was soccer. So I was a fairly competitive soccer player, played, all the way from when I was 6 and through high school, and then played club in college. And once club soccer in high school was coming to a close, I realized that I needed something to put my competitive energies towards. And so I just told myself, okay, I'm going to go make the high school golf team as a senior. So I picked up my clubs again at 17 and started playing again, and I was terrible. I was really, really bad. And but I fell in love with the game. I barely made JV. I was the last player to make the junior varsity team as a senior, and I made it in the like a 3-man playoff, and thank God I did. I it's crazy. Those events have had a huge impact on the rest of my life. I don't know where I'd be today if I hadn't made that team. I started putting in a ton of work into golf, got obsessed with it. That's kind of my personality is, I'll find something and get really, really into it. And so that's kind of what I did with golf. And um, I was really lucky. I had those hand-me-down clubs from my grandpa, and so I was able to use those. They were Ping G5 irons. They were senior flex shafts. Definitely not the right clubs for me, but if I didn't have them, I wouldn't have been able to start playing. And so, I really fell in love with the game. Went off to college. I went to Texas A&M. I was a member of the Corps of Cadets at Texas A&M. If you're familiar with A&M, that's a big part of the culture and the history of the school, and so it was something that I really wanted to be a part of, and I started a golf team for the Corps there. So that kind of came about my junior year of college, and I started to make some connections in the golf industry. I'd worked at a golf course over one summer as well out in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I'd end up with a bunch of golf clubs that, the pro said, "Hey, these are some old wedges. We don't need anymore. You can have them." And so everyone knew me as the golf guy at school. And so when COVID came around, everyone started playing golf. They're like, "Hey, where can I get clubs? Where can I get clubs?" So I started selling off some of the clubs I'd acquired over time. Using that money, I'd go to Golf Galaxy, go to their pre-owned section and try to find deals there, buy those, or go to the local shop in College Station and buy clubs from there and resell them. And so that kind of started, what eventually became GolfRoots. And yeah, and that is a whole nother part of my journey. But that was my golf journey and where I fell in love with the game.
I'm just picturing like, hey man, you got a 9 iron? And you like pop the trunk, and then all of a
Right.
sudden there's just a whole set
you,
here. We're in a
you
gas
don't even know
station
the half of
somewhere.
it. I mean, when I started selling, like really started golf routes, I was working full-time job. It's still COVID, so I was working remote. I'd go meet people who would buy clubs from me from Facebook Marketplace. I'd go meet them in the parking lot of the elementary school by my parents' house. Like it looked so sketchy. That was after I got kicked off the cul-de-sac by my parents' house because people thought I was doing some illicit activity on the corner when people kept meeting me in cars and driving away quickly.
You should have
But it was just golf clubs, I swear.
you should have told me you're selling sourdough bread. Everyone did like bread or
Right.
beer or something like that during COVID.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I had a friend that kind of did the golf resale thing as well. He would go on eBay, and this was,
Mm.
again, you're young, so you might not remember the early days of eBay, but he would go on eBay and find pictures of golf clubs that had really, or golf club listings that had really bad pictures, buy them, and then had a nice camera, would take better pictures,
Oh,
turn
yeah,
around and
yeah.
resell it without even like doing anything to the club. And so it sounds like you are in that same mindset of like, take something that still has value and maybe the person that's selling it didn't see the value in it or something, cleaning it up and
Right.
restoring it to useful things. Because I'm a
Yeah.
product, still am a product of hand-me-down clubs or used
Yes,
clubs or
yeah.
whatever. So let's get into GolfRoots. So that obviously was the beginning, but you're a co-founder. You had to do this with somebody else. How did GolfRoots officially come about?
So I'd started selling, consigning clubs from neighbors and friends. That was really how I could get clubs. I didn't have really any money that I could spend buying them for the most part. And so I'd get them on consignment, sell them, use that money for other clubs. And I got, really lucky because I was talking to one of my economics professors at college and told him about what I was doing. He said, "Oh, I don't play anymore. I've got tons of clubs." So at the end of the semester, I went and got all these clubs from him on consignment. And so I started building full sets for people. Because I thought, it's really hard for people to know what to get. When I really got into golf, I spent tons of time researching equipment and learning about all these things. And most people don't have time or want to actually do that, which is totally fine. And so that was really the start of Golf Roots. Was the business was created based on building stuff for people. And so Jake, my co-founder, he was one of the people I tried to sell a set to. He was a great friend of mine. We grew up playing soccer together from when we were 5 years old until we graduated high school. He was my training buddy. Every weekend, if we weren't training or had a game, he and I would be on the field. I'm a goalie. He was a winger, so he'd be taking shots at me all the time. And so I was like, Jake, you're an athlete. Like, why don't you take up golf? Not interested at all, but he was very interested in the business. And so he and I met. I remember, we went and got tacos, met on my parents' screen and porch because it was still like the height of COVID and they didn't want him inside. And we built a website. He built the website and we started to really form what would eventually become like our full vision for Golf Roots. And that was started in my parents', living room and in the garage.
I love it. That's all good businesses are, right?
Yeah, right.
So how many clubs do you have in your parents' garage before they finally say, all right, you got to find your own space. You got to go somewhere.
Yeah. So they were really generous in letting me use the garage. Their one rule was no matter what, they needed to be able to park their cars in the garage. And so we had, around my mom and dad's car, we had like a ring of golf clubs. We got vertical storage, we would do everything. And eventually we just started to run out of space. I mean, I've got some photos of it. I wish I took more, honestly. But we ended up with just so many clubs. It was impossible to keep track of them in that small space. So that was in April or March of 2022. So that was a month after I quit my full-time job to do GolfRoots full time.
And is that when you, at that point, found a space? Tell us about where you are now.
So our first space after the garage was actually two doors down from where we are today. One of our advisors, had who is my parents' neighbor as well, also had this space available, and he was really generous in helping us find a place quickly to get out. And so it was an old chiropractor's office. It was 2,500 square feet. It was good for what we needed at the time. Now we're in a 6,100 square. Sorry, we have like one office in here. By the way, it's mainly like open concept, so people will come in at random times. Fair warning.
Perfect. It's
Um,
business.
right. So now our space is 6,100 square feet. It's it's in like a strip center, but we're not really a retail store per se. We have almost no signage. We love people coming in, but that's our main business is online, and so we're now working on planning our next space, our next move, which should happen in November of this coming year, or this year. Sorry, it's
On-
2026 already.
yeah.
It's 2026.
Online and in elementary school parking lots is where you
Right.
can find
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
So how do you manage growth or how have you managed growth? Because at one point you're probably eyeballing it in your bedroom, and then you're sort of figuring out in your garage. Now you've got inventory management. You're building. It's not like someone just saying, "Hey, can I buy this 9-iron?" Most of your
Yeah.
business, it sounds like, are people saying, "I need a set. I'm left-handed." Is it a custom process? Is it do you have a really big Excel spreadsheet, or have you guys
Yeah.
gone a little bit further than that?
So I'm very grateful. We have a really fantastic team, and so over time we've developed all of our own systems to manage inventory. A lot of it is in Excel spreadsheets that are connected in ways I could not possibly fathom. They're like it's really amazing the work that our team has done. The way that our systems work is truly remarkable and connecting to all sorts of different areas of the business, from the trade-in side to helping people find the right clubs for them. It all ties back into our inventory system. So we've developed ways to help people identify the difference between clubs. So in terms of three categories: forgiveness, control and distance, and precision, which is a generalized way to break down golf clubs, but it's a way that we've figured out to help at least simplify from a base what people might be looking for. So there are a whole host of different things that we have done and continue to do to improve these systems, but it's been gradual over time, and we've made a lot of mistakes and learned from a lot of those mistakes in order to build what we have today in these systems.
So how do you take, because used golf clubs are not all the same, right? So you might have a
No.
a Titleist 7-iron of
Yeah.
one model and another Titleist 7-iron of the same model,
Yeah.
but the usage and wear and tear, all that stuff is different. So how do you
Yes.
take those two clubs and market them different or sell them to different kind of people?
Yeah, so a few different things. First of all, you the nail on the head there. The difference between all these clubs makes it very hard to create an inventory system, or to use a stock inventory system, because each club has its own SKU. I think one of the problems that we saw early on with other companies in the industry was that they'd use stock photos or use a base club for the remainder of their clubs. I'm not going to name any names, but I think most people who buy used clubs know what I'm talking about. It is incredibly frustrating to see a club think that's the one you're getting and it not be anywhere close to it. So we made sure that we always take photos of every single club that we sell. They all have their individual listing too, because they're all unique. If it has a different shaft, it's unique. If it has one mark on the face, it's unique, right? And I think that was really important to us. We want people to get what they see. So
Yeah, because I mean,
that's
even if they're buying a set of clubs, right? Let's say it's a set of Titleist clubs. Your 4-iron's probably not going to have the same wear and tear as the 7-iron
right.
pitching wedge, stuff like that you would use more often.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And so, yeah, the prices are based on the condition. So we have a really good condition system, both for on the acquisition side and on the selling side, to help determine what prices we pay for clubs and what price we sell them for. That's the main point of differentiation in terms of like if you're looking at condition of one club to another, you'll see the price change. But you know, yeah, having so many different SKUs is often a challenge too. But it gives us more variety for people to choose from and make sure that they get what they're seeing.
Without disclosing company secrets though, how did you gain the knowledge, or is it just your internal database of this club looking this way is worth $10 and this club
Yeah.
working this way is worth $20 and I could buy it for 2, sell it, but like how in the world do you differentiate that and create that
Yeah.
information, right? Like that
So
knowledge.
that's a really good question. A lot of it is so some of it's based on market pricing. A lot of it is based on data that we've collected over time, churn rate, things like that, how long stuff takes to sell. And also we're working on adding in, demand as a function of acquisition price too. But it's a constant evolution of how we're getting that information. It started off like just like me guessing prices. Honestly, like when we were early on, like I had kind of just a ton of like wasted brain space with golf club pricing for some reason. I just like memorized all these prices, and so I could do that, and so that was obviously not a scalable, yeah, solution. So yeah, we've had to develop a lot of data driven and adjustable data pricing for all these clubs.
how how much of your team is tech now? Because this is going way beyond people that can put clubs in boxes. And I mean, at some
Yeah.
point, I'm assuming you guys are moving towards building your own custom algorithms, your own full, not beyond an Excel spreadsheet database, right?
Yeah, so we've done quite a bit of that stuff already. Our team, Jake, my co-founder, is certainly the more technical co-founder. He studied computer science at WashU St. Louis, which is one of the best schools in the country. He is incredibly smart and really good at implementing some of my crazy ideas. In addition to that, we've got a really great team that, um, you know, even if they're not technically, uh, gifted in terms of coding or data analysis, they're really good at articulating what they want to see from the systems that we're using, which, as someone who's also not technically gifted in those areas, I think is really important, because then we can communicate it to the rest of the team that then actually creates those systems. So I'd say we've got three really great people who do like a lot of the technical stuff, and then a bunch of awesome people who do a lot of the ideation and testing on it as well.
Well, you got the tech side covered. Who's the best golfer on the team?
I think that's going to be Warren Shore, who is one of our trade-in managers. He's fantastic, great golfer. I think he's a plus one. And
Okay.
then Claire Bangle, who's she's she does our business development on the trade-in side too for our course partnerships, course partner manager. I don't know what her handicap is now. She just had a baby, so she's not playing much golf right now, but she played at University of Kentucky and is a really fantastic golfer too.
Well, you
How
can just put the stamp on there that they have tested and approved all these clubs,
Yeah,
and
that's
yeah,
right. Yeah, and we've got a simulator in the warehouse, so we test quite a few of them.
you got to, right?
you test quite a few of them every
Right,
Wednesday at six
exactly.
o'clock.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear someone hitting on the sim right now, actually.
yeah. But you guys do new clubs as well, right?
Yes. So we're opportunistic with the new clubs, so when courses have new stock that they can't move, they oftentimes they'll sell it to us. Or, there's some companies that we work with and liquidating their, excess inventory or returns or things like that. So we do end up with quite a few new clubs, and it's something we're looking into as well. We want to kind of democratize fitting at some point as well, because let's face it, there's no way fitting should cost as much as it does. And so that's something we want to look into in the future too. It's harder to do that with used clubs, but we are certainly we're open to a bunch of new things, and our team's been doing a lot of research into that as well.
You've already said that you're hopefully moving this year. You got a plan to move. Is it
Yes.
a larger facility? Are you opening up a storefront? Like, what's the model look like moving forward?
So it's just really a larger version of what we have today, and from the start of this, our second warehouse, our goal was really, we want this to feel like a warehouse. We want it always, right? We want you to feel very welcome here, but we also want, you to come in and be like, okay, these people are working, because don't want people to feel like they're being sold to. We don't do commission, we don't do any of that stuff. We want to help make sure that if we're helping people, it's because we really want to, which is so true about our whole team, and we're going to find the right clubs for them, not just the clubs that would make us the most commission. The point is, we know every single club we have here is going to sell, so it doesn't really matter when it sells. We just want to find the best club for our customers. So the warehousey feel, it's like, you go into Costco, you're getting a deal, right? But if you go into an unnamed, golf store, that salesperson is right there waiting to walk you to the brand new Callaway driver. There's perhaps an ulterior motive there, and them pushing that one on you. So our new space, we want it to be friendly to customers, a little bit more polished than our current space, but still the same feel. And it will also have more simulators, and just we really, one of the big goals, we just want it to be a fantastic place to work too.
Yeah. You get happy folks working. That'll be a good thing.
Yeah,
What
right.
what have been some of the favorite clubs that you've sold? Do
Are
you
you
have
in terms of
do you have
my
like
favorites?
yeah, like a story of like, hey, I
Yeah,
got this
He
ABC club and
yeah.
really loved it and
I've
it sold. I don't know.
he didn't sell it.
Okay,
It's in
so
his bag.
Yeah.
right. Well,
It's
I'm
like
looking
Tiger
at.
gave you a bunch of old clubs and
Are you guys? Were you guys ever Seinfeld fans?
oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a
Okay,
Kramer
well,
driver? Oh,
this is Larry David's wedge right here.
come
Very
on.
nice.
So, I'm a big Curb Your Enthusiasm and Seinfeld fan. So this one's sitting in my office. I love that one. That one hasn't sold, and I won't sell it. But, I'd say my favorite club we've sold has been, I there's a bag, there's something heavy at the bottom, dumped it over, and out comes a broken iron. And that iron was a Nike Vapor Fly, blacked out with that blue Nike logo, 2 iron, which is incredibly, incredibly rare. And almost impossible to find. That's the one that Brooks Koepka uses and is obsessed with. Um, it was almost brand new, except the shaft. It was about the shaft in it was about this long. It was broken off, and I have no idea where it came from. That was one of the craziest finds, and we posted a video about it and went viral too. So that was one of the crazier ones.
How
I
about
wish I
that?
didn't sell it though. I feel like we could have sold it for so much money now.
I was with a friend the other day and he pulled out Nike Slingshot, like the
Oh
irons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great irons.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he could
Super
still hit that
bulky
thing.
head.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a video on your site. You guys have made a couple putters now?
Yeah. So we just started making our own putters. We wanted to, well, it ties back into our Just the Root starter set. We sell the most affordable starter set in the entire industry. It's $89.99 for 4 clubs of wood, iron, wedge, and putter, plus 5 balls. And we also have the Just the Roots Light now, which is an iron, wedge, and putter for $69.99. Same thing without the wood. And you get 100% of your money back towards a real full set when you're ready to upgrade. And so we needed more putters for those. And so we wanted to create our own putter. And so we did. And at the same time, we wanted to create a fairly high quality, very, very affordable putter that we could offer on our website too. So we have one more coming soon. I think it comes this week, our model number 2.
Number two, yeah. I
But
saw you got 1 and 3. Yeah.
1 and 3, two still coming. And so the model number 1's $49.99, the 3 is $69.99, and the 2 is $89.99. All under $100. Really great putters. And are they the best putters ever made? No. And it's without a doubt, and I'm not going to pretend that they are, but are they solid putters that work just as good as any other one? I mean, yes, they really are. I think the thing with putters is that it's all about confidence. And so it's whatever gives you the most amount of confidence is going to produce the best results. Um, and whether that be, a putter you got fit for, or a putter you found off the rack, or a putter you bought used, or one you just got because you needed a good deal. There's so many different things, and it really, there's no one size fits all with putters. And so that's why we wanted to create a great new budget option for people.
Is
Did
that
you?
because is that your CNC machine that we hear in the background, or is this something that's
We do not have our own CNC machine, which would be so cool if we did. We have a factory we work with overseas that also creates, our swing satchels, which are our mini bags, some of our other accessories and stuff too. And so they built our putters for us.
that's
Do your
awesome?
putters and the that starter set come in left-handed as well?
Okay, so the left-handed is short right now. We don't have any of the putters in lefty at the moment,
All right.
unfortunately. Are you
Never
I
guys
was
mind.
trying
lefties?
to help you out, Jonathan.
I know. I'm just
Sorry.
gonna get whatever putters left behind at a golf course somewhere. That's the rental set that I get.
Yeah, seriously, that's tough for sure. I mean, it's hard to find lefty clubs, especially on the used side. So I can only imagine.
I was sitting there thinking, Jonathan, a starter set challenge where each of us had that set of 4 clubs, and we went out and
We can do that for you for sure if you want. We'll put
Sign
together a
me up.
lefty one if you want. We'll
yeah,
figure that out.
you get 2 average to below average golfers, and yeah, we'll we'll be happy to demo anything for you.
I can
Love
putt
it.
right. I can putt right-handed. I
There
do.
you
Absolutely,
go.
Yeah.
and he putts well right-handed.
I putt pretty well right-handed.
Very nice. Well, what's besides a new space? What's next? Like, what are you guys trying to do?
Yeah, I think our biggest area for growth is we just need more clubs, right? We're always looking to acquire more inventory. So that's one thing we're always working towards. The next thing we're working on is we want to our mission is we have a three-pronged approach towards accessibility. One is the cost of equipment. The second is the difficulty of the game. So we approach that one a lot of times through our social media by creating educational, informational content, but also we want to eventually connect people to instructors and instruction to make it easier. And the third one is helping people find places to play where they're comfortable playing with people that they're comfortable playing with. And so that's one of our big areas of focus over the next 2 years is how can we improve the golf community. So we've been doing that through our GolfRoots socials that we've done here in Dallas, and we want to continue doing that by fostering community through a new web app that we're working on right now. Stay tuned on that. That is something I'm really excited about. I think that there's a lot of apps out there in golf, and they're really great. A lot of them are fantastic. What we're trying to create is something that's incredibly simplistic, entirely free, no paywall, no premium version, just something that's going to create value for our customers, and then transparently make them develop a sense of loyalty for our brand as well. So that's really what we're really excited about.
I love it,
Uh,
Jonathan. What you got?
Listen, I love every bit about this. I don't remember when I said I found you guys on social media, right? You see this warehouse, you're pulling out clubs and all that kind of stuff. And I told Riley, like, we got to get these guys on. Like, this is just the coolest thing from a
Well,
business
thank you. I
perspective,
appreciate that.
from two guys that played soccer together that decided to sort of get something started. And then obviously we love golf stories, and this is another great one. Like what you guys are
Well, thank
doing,
you.
you're hitting home runs, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we couldn't do any of it without our awesome team. So that's really, yeah, they keep us going.
Yeah, very nice. Well, let's go back to you. Our next question that we ask all our guests. I don't know. You probably haven't listened to any of our podcasts, but we ask
Well,
all
I
our.
certainly will after this.
I would hope so. We've had some pretty good guests, but this one is fun. Jonathan and I say every guest that we've had, we would love to tee it up someday with, right? Like
Yeah, I would
we've
love that too.
interviewed some great people. I mean, Kyle Porter in your area there in Dallas,
Yeah,
like he had great guests, and just I mean, people that we had no business from being outside the industry before, but now we're in year 4 of doing this podcast.
that's amazing.
Best Ball's growing, and yeah, so now we get you on here. So no, we'd love to tee it up someday. So let's make that happen. But The
For sure.
question that we ask all our guests is, what's the story of your most memorable golf shot?
Oh, wow. I think that I have to go back to that 3-man playoff in high school. Um, so as I said before, my grandpa was the one who started me off playing, and he was diagnosed with Parkinson's maybe when I was 12 or 13. And so he and I were best friends. And so it was hard to watch that, but it really helped me develop as a person. And you know, it's a horrible disease, but at the same time, even as he lost his physical capabilities, his mind was still there, and he was able to enjoy watching me get back into the game. I remember standing on that tee box. It was a par three, and I was bad at golf. I hit it what was a good shot for me, which left me like 20 yards short of the green. The other guys hit some awful shots, so it was ended up being okay. I just remember walking towards the green, and all I could think about was him, and being able to share that moment, hopefully, with him, and the excitement of potentially making the golf team, a sport that he grew to love in his 70s. And I remember making my bogey and making the team and knowing that golf was part of my life now. And um, yeah, it's my grandpa passed away the next year, and being able to share that journey into the game of golf with him was really special. And that one shot, I think, changed my life.
I love it.
Wow,
Man,
that's fantastic, man.
great bogey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best
Yeah.
bogey ever.
Best
Honestly,
bogey ever.
it might have been a double now that I think about it, but it did the trick.
This the story of my par threes.
And
Yeah.
those sixth graders you beat out for the JV team, man, they'll
Right.
remember. They have another shot.
Right, they'll remember it forever. Their parents were not happy with them,
Yeah.
so
What's the senior doing out here?
right, who's this guy? Yeah.
Well, another thing we like to do is what we call the quick nine, just a little back and forth here. The first question is, what is the favorite course that you've played?
I would say, oh my God, that's so tough. Shooting Star in Jackson Hole, Wyoming.
Oh, I've heard about this one.
That place is great. My favorite place that everyone can play would be Black Mesa outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico. Great public course, super underrated.
Nice.
Nice. We'll add to the bucket list. So we got to ask you, what's at the top of your bucket list?
Augusta. Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
If
They
you,
need a GolfRoots day at Augusta.
Yeah,
Everybody bring
right.
out
Come
their
on.
super used clubs. Yeah.
I mean, I can only imagine. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
everybody shows up with used clubs that are brand new. Like I used them yesterday.
Right.
Right,
Right.
right, exactly.
Yep.
But after the round, you have to give them to GolfRoots to sell off for charity. Something like that.
Right.
Oh,
There
that's
you
a
go.
good plan.
There you go.
I like that.
All right. What is the favorite course that no one knows about besides New Mexico? Because you've already let that one out of the bag.
Oh gosh, wow. That would have been the one right there. Favorite course that no one knows about. I'm gonna have to go.
PGA Frisco.
Yeah, right. I think one of my favorite golf experiences with Lincoln Park in San Francisco. I think quite a few people know about Lincoln Park. It's a very affordable public course right by Presidio with amazing views of the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's not the nicest course, but it is quite fun.
Yeah,
Good
it's
answer.
golf. You can have fun anywhere.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Who would be in your dream foursome? I feel like Grandpa's in there for sure.
Grandpa for sure. Tiger Woods and let's say Larry David. That'd be a lot of fun.
You'd let him use his wedge.
Yeah, I'd give his wedge back to use.
How did you get the wedge?
Yeah.
All right. What is your favorite snack on the golf course?
Let's see. Oh man, I love ice cream. So I've played at some courses that have like Ben and Jerry's on the course, in Montana and stuff. That's awesome.
That's a great idea.
I'd say my favorite healthy snack would just be like peanut butter crackers.
Well, you can get those
Healthy.
anywhere. We want to find
Right.
those ice cream courses.
We're not looking for healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Montana, that's the place to go.
Let's go. All right. What is your favorite golf course logo?
My favorite golf course logo. Trying to think. Oh my gosh. I cannot think of my favorite golf course logo. Um, I'm gonna go with, oh my God. Oh, I like Brook Hollow here in Dallas. It's a little squirrel. I like the squirrel.
Okay.
All
Very
right.
nice.
Now, you probably have a few to choose from. We're not talking about used clubs at this point. What has been your favorite pro shop purchase?
Oh, favorite pro shop purchase. Um, Jeez Louise. Trying to think. Like could it be a golf store or specifically like a golf course pro shop?
We'll allow it.
Yeah.
I bought a Nike Sasquatch. That was my first driver I ever bought. I bought it from Dick's Sporting Goods.
Used or new?
Very. Do you still
It
have
was
that?
used.
Okay.
No, I don't. I wish.
He sold it out
But
of
the
his
guy told
trunk
me,
in 2020.
Yeah.
yeah, so I was playing at that course, Lincoln Park in San Francisco, and they have a hole where you can like it's looking directly into the bay. And I hit like a Happy Gilmore shot with that driver, and it got on Barstool, and and I got relentlessly roasted for my driver. So it was like because it made the worst sound. That
Oh
was
yeah.
such a funny
That's
video.
awesome.
Yeah.
I was playing in a tournament or somewhere. It might not have been a tournament, and wasn't even watching this direction, and I hear this sound, and I'm like, "That's a
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch."
Yeah, for sure.
And the guy next to me is like, "Oh yeah." And we turn and we see this big square head, like, you know,
Of course.
gl-
That's
just
hilarious.
shining in the sun. Yeah. All right. Next question. What is one thing golfers should do?
Golfers uh should clean their clubs more. I think that people don't clean their clubs enough, and so the dirt caked into those grooves, ball after ball after ball, it's going to really wear them down. And I think that's something that people don't do enough.
And
That's a
clean them, especially before you send them to GolfRoots.
Exactly.
that's a top tip right there. All
Yeah.
right. Last one. Finish this sentence. The best part of golf is
The community. So being able to play with so many different people of all different backgrounds. I mean, I play golf with people, my age. I play golf with people in their 70s and 80s. I mean, I play golf with professional athletes. I play golf with, people who've never played a sport before. I think it's really unique to find something like this where regardless of your background, you can go out on a course and have an amazing time with someone. Doesn't matter their beliefs, doesn't matter their, religion, it doesn't matter how old they are. None of these things matter. It's just being able to go out and enjoy this beautiful game together. That's the amazing part about golf. It's this community.
I agree. Jonathan,
Yep.
did you hear that? He would play with us old guys.
Well, I was ready to say, I play with people my age. I play with people your age.
Yeah.
Nice
Oh,
recovery
very
on this
nice.
70-year-old.
Yeah. Benjamin, tell everybody where they can find out more info about GolfRoots.
So you can find us on golfroots.com. You can also find us on social media at golf.roots on Instagram and at golfroots on TikTok and all other social media platforms. If you're ever looking for clubs or ever looking to trade them in, you know where to go, golfroots.com.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, for anybody out there that's a first-time golfer who wants to get into golf, highly recommend you guys check out GolfRoots because, again, you want to find something that's affordable before you figure out that you are going to fall in love with this game. So
That's right.
definitely check these guys out. Benjamin, thank you, man. That's been a lot of fun.
This has been great. Thank you guys so much again.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for Benjamin and Jonathan, this is Robbie. Y'all have been listening to another episode of the Whole Story Podcast.